Hey y'all, so today I'm gonna be doing a quick makeup routine. I don't know what I ate, or maybe I'm allergic to something, but I did get a breakout right here, so I'm gonna make sure that by the end of the video that is covered. So first I'm going to go in with some concealer. So this is matte concealer. So this is actually the rest that I have left of a sample from MAC, because right now I'm waiting for my order from them. So I'm gonna just put that in like the dark spots. So I have one right here and I have a few like up top too. So I'll just dab that down. I will brush that up later. But see, like any little dark spots, I'm just going over them. Okay. All right. So that was the matte concealer. I'm not blending it yet. I'm gonna just let it set for a few. But normally, I also go in with the same concealer under my eyes. And like I said, this is just like gonna be a quick makeup routine. And what I actually realized is that my makeup comes out better with the brush. So this is not the brush I'm gonna be blending my concealer with, but this is just a little brush that I'm applying it with. So, trust the process, guys. Okay. I'm actually thinking, should I put some concealer? Like maybe just put some here. Just, just so I can have a little bit more of a full coverage type of look. Okay. This is the brush I'm going to be blending this with. Okay. So I'm blending. And you'll see. So you guys will see it just melt into my skin eventually. But the blending is the most important part. So we are blending. Okay. This is important. Now this is a step that I do first before I do anything. Okay. Anything else. Now my face, it was moisturized. I did not use any of, there are different primers, but I just made sure that my face was moisturized before I applied it. You don't want to really put makeup on a dry face. You don't want to do that. So you blend the concealer down here. Get in the creases of your nose. Okay. Now I know normally with like the concealer, when a lot of people do it the way a lot of people do it, they won't have the concealer that they put under their eyes on the whole face. But I personally don't feel like there's anything wrong with that, because I like more of like a natural one-tone look. So one tone. All right. So see, that dark spot is kind of covered. I might go back in a little bit later. All right. Okay. Blending the forehead. Blend, blend, blend. And I do know how to do more drastic looks, but especially because I'm just doing a more natural look right now. And I do have a few dark spots at the moment that I'm trying to get lightened up, because you know, when you wear makeup, you want to make sure that your actual skin is healthy and you're not just caking makeup on. And for the record, I don't even wear makeup regularly, but I do know how to do it. And especially when I do have like those little imperfections on the face, I do like to go in with some makeup. Okay, so this is my face covered with the foundation. Now this is LA Girl Pro Concealer. So this is concealer too, but in like a darker shade. And me, I just like to put a little bit of this like up at the top of my forehead. So this is just contour. And I don't even do a lot of this, but for the sake of the contour look that I'm going for, this is what I'm gonna do. And also, I want my eyebrows to be a little bit creased. So go in right under the arch with the same matte concealer that I used on my whole face. I'm doing that right now. Same on this side. Okay. So I'll blend this in a second. I'll do this before I blend the contour. That way it's not a darker shade because I have the residue from that. Okay. All right, so that's blended. And now I'm doing the contour. So, and mind you, it's very subtle. Very subtle. All right. Nothing too heavy. So, blend that in. Nice and blended. Nice and blended. And it's really going to come out really good. Okay. Okay. Now, I am going to take my eyebrow blush. So this is from L'Oreal. This is a Brow Stylist Plumper. Okay. I'm going to use this and just brush up my eyebrows. I don't do too much with my eyebrows. My eyebrows are pretty good. Okay. Pretty good. Let's do that. Okay. Now this is some powder also for contouring. This is from Hoola. So I'm gonna go in with this on my cheeks and The top of my face. Yeah, the top. I'm gonna take my bigger brush for that. So I normally use the bigger brush, and I love this brush. This is from Victoria's Secret. So I use this brush for like blush, contour powder, and to wipe off like any remaining residue. So and this is like a pretty thick brush, so I don't want to do too much when I do it. Same on this side. And it's very light taps. Very light. Very, very light. Same at the top. At the top of the face. Top, tap. Alright. And probably the bottom of my chin too. Bottom of my chin. I'm running out of this. I gotta reorder. And I know in the beginning I said that I don't really do my makeup, and I don't. But you guys are hearing me say I have to reorder things, but that's only because I'll have certain makeups for years. And normally when people are like, oh, I gotta reorder this, it's because they do their makeup often. Alright, but alright. So alrighty. So that is taken care of. The chin, I'm probably gonna, so let me just go in with that with my hand, because I just feel like it's a little dark down here. And you can still kind of see like the scar that I have. So I'm gonna go in with that with some more of the concealer. Then I'll go in with it later with the brush. Okay. So next thing is going to be the setting powder, which this is Laura Mercier. Love this setting powder because it's actually translucent. The other setting powders that are out here on the market, they will say they're translucent, but you'll have crazy flashback with those. So, and I just, you know, I do it. I try to just do this really light, because even though this is like the best setting powder out, I just feel like regardless of the fact, if you do too much of this, it will just look extra bright regardless. So it will defeat the purpose. So this, I'm baking right now. And I do want to bake the bottom of my face, but first I want to go in with the brush to try and cover that blemish a little more. And this is another reason I'm doing this tutorial, because I feel like it's really hard to cover blemishes, you know? And then it's like you don't want to put on too much makeup, because it's like you just want people to be like, oh, your skin looks really nice, versus your makeup looks really nice, even though you know you have on makeup. All right. So, all right, I feel like we did that a little better. So now I'm going to bake that area, and then I'm going to do my lips, my favorite part. The lips, guys, the lips. Alrighty. So my lips are partially moisturized right now. I don't like for them to be too moisturized when I'm gonna go in on them with lip liner and then a gloss or lip oil, okay? So this is my e.l.f. Cream Glide lip liner, one of my favorite ones. This is Espresso Martini. So when I do my lips, I do go a little outside the lip line. I don't know, I just like it. And I don't know why people be like, oh, it's so hard to talk while you do your makeup. I only feel like it's hard to talk when you're doing the lip part. That's it. That is it, guys. So let me make this darker. Okay. It looks crazy right now, but like I said, trust the process. Right, so I'm gonna dust that off. And I'm dusting off the powder now before I do the setting spray. And I'm gonna do the setting spray before I finish my lips because I just feel like the lips should always be last. Okay. All right. See? Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So the setting spray that I use, this is Wet n Wild Photo Focus Natural Finish Setting Spray. I'm gonna spray this now. Gotta wait for this to dry a little bit. Okay. And I'm gonna apply the lip gloss and then come back when this is dry. Okay. Ooh. And by the way, this is e.l.f. I like e.l.f.'s products because they're affordable. Even though I do, mix. I go between like the affordable products like e.l.f. and the not so affordable products like MAC and Laura Mercier, for example. All right, guys, so the finishing spray is still finishing. I am going to be right back. Okay, y'all, talk to me. What you think? So this is a light natural beat. As you can see, I only used, as far as coverage products, 2 products. That was the matte concealer and the LA Girl. And then everything else was pretty much just blush and setting powder and lip gloss. Okay. And this is, so I'm gonna try and do something beauty like every 4 weeks, so once a month. And just wanted to show you guys how like I covered the little impurity that I had. I feel like if you are really in my face, you can still see it. But like I said, I'm not trying to cake on anything. I'm just trying to show you guys how a little natural beat could look. But I will see you guys next time. Take care and peace out.